Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. Like I hope you were able to get out in nature somewhere, like a walk in the park, a beautiful bike trail somewhere, or a hiking trail. So, actually, Starlight went on a bike trail today, and it is funny, like the things that are going on in my life. So before I get too carried away, is I really want to reach out to all of you and see how your day was. I hope you had a great day. I hope you were able to get out in nature somewhere, like I said, either a park, a bike trail, or a hiking path, a trail or whatever. So besides that, make sure you're getting plenty of water. And I hope, because my channel is about being the change that you want to see in the world, so I hope that you are trying to work on yourself. Not, I don't even say trying. There's got to delete that word. Delete the word try, okay? I hope that you are working on yourself, being that change that you want to see in the world. Starlight's not trying to be the change that she wants to see. She's actually acting upon what I want. Like trying is not the greatest word to use on this statement. So, that means that we have to put action to our words. There's things that you might say that you want to do, but if you're not doing it, then those words is meaningless. So, we need to work on ourselves. Everyone. There's no one that has arrived, not that I've seen. There's times that I've been fooled with my own way of thinking, wow, that person is so perfect, and time goes by and I'm like, I want to see more flaws, in a way. I want to really see the flaws that they have, so I'm aware of those flaws. And, we all have flaws. So, and like I said, there's times that I have thought people, I put them on a pedestal and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, now I see this other side of this person, but do I love them any less? No, I love them even more, because when I see the flaws in this person, you know what? I didn't rub it in their face, the flaws. There's times I reach out to people that I really sincerely care for, and I let them know, hey, like I care so much about you that I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. There's times that I'm thinking, man, you got some balls there, Starlight, to open up your mouth and talk to that person the way you do sometimes. But you know what? If you see somebody going down the wrong way in life, that's not good for them, maybe it's their reputation, or something like that, and maybe they're, like not thinking clear, and, that happens to all of us. Sometimes, we're not really, so, the ego, gets in the way. Sometimes we want to impress other people, like, and say, hey, look at this, look at what I'm doing. And, it might not be the best thing for you to do, is to brag and show people different things that, could trip them up, because, like, I know it is important not to care what other people think, but, if you're going out and doing something that's going to ruin you, in a, where you might be up here, and if you're doing something that could really damage your reputation and tear you apart, like a true friend would speak up and say, you know what, right now, what you're doing is really, you're making yourself look really bad, and people are going to lose respect for you, and I love and care about you, and it's beautiful, because when people do know your heart and see your heart, and that they know that they're not there to try to rub it in your face, or like that they're doing it for some other reason why they spoke up. And it is so great, like I love when people tell me things, maybe I'm going in the wrong direction, and you know, maybe my thought process is not the greatest, and hey, believe me, I'm a work in progress. You know, so it is great that you know, you do have people watching your back and helping you, you know, for the right reasons, you know. So if you do see somebody out there, you know, that might be into drugs or alcohol or maybe some kind of addiction, you know, use your voice, you know, let them know, hey, I love you. And it's not that we're going to sit there and keep on bringing it up and reminding them of, you know, what they're doing is the wrong thing to do, and it's going to bring them down a downward spiral, you know, is that your heart, you know, some people do things for the wrong reasons, and they say things, you know, because they have some kind of motive behind the whole thing, what they're doing. So, you know, if you really care about somebody, please speak up and let them know, you know, like, if they're not hurting themselves, like harming themselves in a bad way, or, you know, sometimes people can ruin their business, you know, and damage their reputation in a negative way where they could lose people in their life because of their, how they're expressing themselves, or how they're, they might have been in a, like what I, being a Christian, what I have called, I don't go to church, but like what they call as when you're in church, when you go to church, people would call it being in the flesh. That means that you're not really thinking clear, and you might do something, and you're not really thinking of the whole entire picture. Sometimes people do things, but they missed out certain parts, you know. Sometimes people like to, for instance, you know, men are really good about this, is, you know, guys love beautiful women, you know, when they find one and they're going out with one, and, you know, they have the tendency to, you know, go out in public, and, you know, they act out in public to, like, hey, this is my girlfriend, you know, and they love to kind of rub it into other men's faces in the public, you know, to let them know that, hey, this girl is mine, you know, and they might be more romantic out in public with them and just kind of, you know, like show her off out in society, you know. So sometimes, you know, like, and guys do that. They like to brag about like stuff like that, you know, to kind of like, hey, look at me, look at this, I am so great about myself that I look at this, what I can do. I have power where I'm drawing this type of energy in my world and my life and stuff like that. But you do have to be careful, because how do you, you know, like, there's things that can go sour, you know, if you're not really thinking of really the full picture of what you're doing, you know, out in the world of showing off and, you know, trying to impress other people with certain things, or even, you know, like I said, with a girl or something like that. And, you know, sometimes those men that do show off in public, how are they treating the girl when they get home? You know, da-da! You know, maybe they're just treating her really good out in public just to kind of rub it in the other guys' face that, you know, like, you know, I've seen that many times throughout my whole life, you know. But anyway, I know I'm getting a little carried away, and if you are new to my YouTube channel, you could find me at Starlight, and it is Kathy with a K, Dingman. Plus, you can like this video, especially if you want to see a change in the world. You know, I am working on helping people so they can be the change, a positive change that they want to also see in this world. And besides liking my videos, you can share it with a friend, you can share it with a family, you can share it with your pets, you know. And plus, you can ring the notification bell, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can even leave a message down below, beep, 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 beep. And you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, you know, like at Kathy with a K, Dingman. And like I was saying, the other thing sometimes that happens out in society, there are people out in the world, whether girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever, and you know, some people like to get other people jealous, you know. So that jealousy can actually backfire on some people, is to try to say, I wonder if I can get this person jealous by doing this. And, you know, you do have to be careful with that, because it could definitely backfire on some people. You know, I've seen a lot of jealousy in my world and my lifetime as far as jealousy goes. And there's different levels of jealousy. You know, I really never pictured myself being the jealous female type, you know, but, you know, like I do have my areas that I definitely have worked on, you know, so I don't want to, you know, like I am a work in progress though. So I know sometimes what I do, sometimes I am not really thinking how other people might respond, where like I'm a very friendly type of female out in public, you know. I don't know if it's anything to do with my Virgo sign, but I am. I talk to any guy out in public, and normally I never get contacted with women for some reason. I'm very outwardly friendly with females, but you know, it is a strange world that we live in, where I really I really go out of my way to be friendly with females, right along with males. I was just in the store tonight being really friendly where I went shopping, and you know, I'm always giving women compliments. They love that stuff. They really do. I'm always complimenting women either on their clothes, you know, maybe their jewelry or their hair. You know, I did that to a couple ladies tonight. One lady, she had like an orangey peach kind of color hair, and anybody that has colorful, bright color hair, I'm always going, you know, if they're in distance, you know, I'm always, oh, I love your hair, you know, and it makes them feel good, you know. So these are ways that we can help people out in the world, to, you know, go out of your way a little bit, you know, and look for something on, and be honest though. There's another lady that had a very beautiful flowery dress, and Starlight loves flowers. You want to send me flowers? I am a plant lover, animal lover, people lover, you name it lover. You know, so look, I got, whoopsie, wrong side. I got beautiful flowers, you know. I don't even care what color they are. You know, like there's even some beautiful herbs, you know. You would think they're flowers, and it's like, oh, that's an herb. That's an herb? Why, it's a beautiful herb, you know. So anyway, I'm getting a little off track, but there's reasons why I say certain things out here, and but really the reason why I am making a video tonight, I was asking the universe, what should Starlight talk about tonight? You know, I've been like, because I'm been, you know, it's kind of funny. My clock, I don't know what kind of clock. You know, they say time is an illusion, which I got that one down. But my schedule for my body and stuff is all whacked out. My body is all whacked out. I know if I go out in public and stay out longer, I can stay up later, you know, and then there's a certain point that it's like, there goes Starlight. I don't know what happened to her. But it's late again for me to start my videos. I'm staying out later and coming home later. So everything is all off whack here. But anyway, this video is for people who want to serve the universe or God. You know, are you a person that, like, I'm a Virgo, 100% Virgo. There's no doubt, you know, like I'm a hermit, you know, talk about a hermit. I definitely am a hermit. You know, I get that card all, you know, like I would almost believe almost every tarot card reading I ever get, I get the hermit card. You know, I'm so amazed at, about that. But for me as a Virgo, I just had I did meet a man yesterday in Woodstock, you know, which he thought I was a dyke, you know, because of my haircut, and I'm not. You know, just because I have a dyke haircut doesn't make me a dyke, and I didn't, you know, like, I didn't know what I was going to look like until it got done. I'm not going to spend any more money to get my hair chopped anymore. We're good on chopping hair for now. So anyway, I'm a lover of one man. That's it. One man for life, forever. eternity kind of girl, you know. I am all about one man. I do not like to, Starlight's not into sharing. Absolutely not. You want to talk about jealousy? Well, yeah, jealousy would pop out there. so, so anyway, so the, like I said, I did have a man that I, you know, like, because I prayed in the morning, and like I did today again, you know, I'm praying every day. I'm like, universe, I want you to use my legs, you know, my arms. I want you to use my voice, my throat, you know, to speak, to say whatever I need to say to people. I pray that you would guide and lead me and direct me to wherever it is that somebody needs help. You know, please use me. I'm just like 100% right here for the universe to be used. And I am telling you, knock on wood, ever since I've been doing this, I've been getting connected with people. Before, I was like, universe, you know, like, how am I going to get connected with people? Where are the people? And I wasn't getting really connected with anybody before. Not anybody like I am right now. Absolutely not. So if you're that type of person, like Starlight loves to serve people. Sometimes I don't even know what the heck is wrong with me. You know, I'm that type of female that, hey, if I did this with my cousin a long time ago. She was in and out of the mental hospital, had going through so many problems and stuff, and she had a really bad past. And I just got done buying a brand new coat for myself, brand new. And she came to my apartment one day. It was mainly white and black. It was the weirdest colors that I would have ever picked out. It's not like the colors that I would ever pick out, but that's what they had, and that's what I bought. It was a real warm one. And she showed up at my apartment without a coat in the wintertime. You know, and it wasn't like I had a lot of money, you know, at that time, you know. So here I did. It's like I took that coat off and like, you know what? You need this more than I do. You know, so Starlight, sometimes I'm like, what is up with you, chick? You know, it's just that I am a very given person. Even when I really don't have, I am still going to find a way to give, you know, without stealing and lying and all that stuff. I'm absolutely against all that, you know. So if you like to serve people, and I'm making this videos because this is working for me, is that if you're like, hey, you know, I want to do something, I just don't know, you know, and I know they have a lot of stuff on the, you know, like you can help out children in hospitals, and, you know, they got where you can help out animals, you know, like, you know, there's people that help out and do that. You got people, you know, like in Africa, you know, like people that are kids that are starving. You know, there's a lot of things all around, but, you know, like with me, Starlight, you know, I want to help the people where I live. You know, there's people right here that needs help. You know, either they need guidance, maybe they need a friend, maybe they need some wisdom or knowledge or a simple help, you know, a kind word, or maybe they are hurting for money or food. You know, so you know, I know that there's so many people out in the world. You know, like, and then there's people at churches that they're always getting donations for different causes at the, you know, and Starlight was always doing that, you know, like helping. And, you know, so this is what this video is about, is to, if you like to go out and help other people, and it does, you know what, you never know, and this is why I'm making this video. Ever since I've been doing this for, I'm going to say maybe about 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. Every morning when I start my day, you know, like I pray, I'm like, okay, universe, what do you want? Where do you want Starlight to go today? Where do you want me to go? There's somebody out there somewhere that needs some help. Somebody either needs, you know, me to say something to them, you know, because they're going to talk, you know, when I get introduced to them. So I don't want anybody to, you know, I really am not the type to try to get anybody jealous of me or envious of me or anything like that. I am not that type of girl one bit at all. I am just a very friendly, outgoing type of female. I don't know if it has anything to be with me being a Virgo, but I'm a very kind person. And if you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, I mean, you should be able to notice that. I mean, like, I just met this guy yesterday, And like I said, I'm not here to try to get anybody jealous or envious or any of that. Is that, boom, first thing, he noticed how kind I was out in public. And, like, it just was really beautiful meeting him. And, like, it just that he's going through stuff, and the universe, like, it is really beautiful how the universe has been guiding me and leading me. And he, like, he asked me yesterday, he's like, well, how do you know, like, how do you know that the universe guided, like, well, I prayed in the morning, I'm asking, hey, use me, so, I'm just sharing this stuff with you. So if you want to help people, I really believe, and this is where a lot of us have this problem when we watch the news, and I do not watch the news. I don't even know what's on the news anymore. I'm sorry, I'm a little off. Is that they had this thing, I am not into all the politics. Absolutely not. I do not believe in voting. Absolutely not. I did vote a long time ago, but you know what? Anytime that they had the voting, I didn't like anybody that they were picking for president, and I didn't know a whole lot about anything, and I didn't know the history really well. I didn't even know what to believe of the history because I understood as a young kid going to school, a lot of stuff was lies and stuff like that. I couldn't trust everything that they were telling me on the news. I heard a lot of stuff that they, our, United States, the president and stuff like that they lied about stuff and they caused other people to try to have war and all this stuff. So, so I don't believe everything that I hear with politics, and a lot of it, is up here. I don't understand a lot of that stuff. So the only time I voted before is just a vote, I'm like, okay, I really don't like this person to be a president, and I really don't like, like I kind of wanted like I agree to this stuff, and I didn't agree to everything on this side, and I agreed a bit, I was kind of like, like, Republican or, trying to get the other name. There's Republican or, I'm horrible with names and remembering stuff, and then you got to figure out what side you want to pick, and I'm like, well, I agree to some of the stuff on this side, but I don't agree with this other stuff, and I agree with some of this stuff over here, and I don't agree with all that, so I'm like, where do I stand? So, like, I don't agree with everything you're standing for, and I really don't, like, so it's like, I'm like in the middle, and then they had another area that you can pick, and I do know these other people, a group of people, now, see, that's the problem, is that my memories, I don't know what's wrong with my brain as far as remembering stuff. Me and my brother, it's funny, there's another group of people that really wanted to be like a president and stuff like that, and but they were about like trying to get consciousness into a machine, you know. The things that I know now, like what were they called? It will come to me hopefully. So anyway, the universe, God, it's the same thing. Some people, like when I say universe, people don't know what I'm talking about. They think the universe is and that's what I thought first when they said, people said the universe. I thought, like space, was the universe, not realizing that people use the word universe as God, So when I say universe, that means God. It's no different. So anyway, if you want to be used by God to serve other people, and that, like I said, it doesn't always have to be money. Sometimes it's just they're going through stuff, and maybe you have some wisdom or knowledge. Like as far as me, I got some wisdom and knowledge that I've been learning. Some of it I learned all on my own, and and then I have a beautiful mentor, that has showed me so much. It's opened up my eyes to see other things that I wasn't aware of. And some of it I kind of knew before, but I didn't, like, he was like the missing link, It's like I had all these questions in my life, and the universe guided me to get introduced to him through a YouTube video, like in 2017, You know, it's like I had the puzzle here, but there's all these missing pieces, and I couldn't figure out, you know, how come the puzzle wasn't getting together. And that was one of the titles that I wanted to have for a video, is the missing pieces. You know, how can you put a puzzle together if the pieces are gone? You know, and I love doing puzzles. Sometimes, you know, like I've done puzzles before, and sometimes um, they get dropped on the floor, and you're looking for them, and you know, like you don't know where you're looking on the table. You know, like I always had a beautiful setup, you know, for putting a puzzle together, because I want to put it on my wall later. And you know, sometimes I was trying to make pieces fit, and that's what science does. You know, science does that. Even police officers. I love police officers. Sorry if you're a police officer watching this, but this is a fact. Is you know, if there's a crime, or somebody murdered somebody or did some horrible crime and they're trying to solve the crime, you know, a lot of people want to get credit and say, yes, I'm the one, that we are the ones, we are the police department, or we're the science people, or whatever. We were the ones that were able to figure this, you know, the whole detective stuff, you know, like what happened to this person, how did this person get killed, and, you know, they want to punish the person that did it. And, you know, sometimes it's what happens, and that's why sometimes innocent people go to prison or even get killed later on, because they didn't have all the pieces to the puzzle, you know. And this happens when you do a puzzle. You know, I'll have like a piece and it's odd. Now they actually, for puzzles, the shapes are way different than when I was a kid growing up. When, you know, when I was younger, you know, I was like 19 and heavily into putting puzzles together. I was like addicted to it. Would get stoned, like, let's do a puzzle. So I mean, we actually were up like all night long trying to, you know, everybody was stoned trying to, you know, my brother and a couple guy friends that were there trying to put my puzzle together for me, and we just kept on getting stoned, just kept on staring at this puzzle, trying to figure out where all the pieces go, you know. And so when you're doing puzzles like that, um, you'll have a piece, and you're always looking at the way it's shaped. I wish I had a puzzle here, but I don't. And you're like, huh? And then you're looking at the puzzle on the table, and you're looking at the colors, you know. And this is exactly what goes on with science and with the police trying to figure out when they do their detective work, is that the piece looks like it fits in the puzzle spot. You know, you got like, you only need like one piece. You know, you got the whole outside, and there's like a piece in the center that is missing, and you're looking at this piece thinking, wow, it looks like, you know, like the same size, and, you know, it's got this little bump there and a little bump there, and it's got a little point here and all this, and you're looking at that shape on that's missing in the puzzle, and you're like, I wonder, do I have the right piece to that puzzle here? So you do, you just kind of put it in there, and it's weird. And this really does happen with puzzles, is that it actually looks like it fits in there. It fit right in that missing space. But you know what? Then you're looking at it, really getting a good, I mean, it could mess your whole puzzle up, because if you put the wrong piece in the spot that you think fits, and just a little hair of that piece, or the part of the puzzle where you stuck that piece in, is just a little hair off. And it looks like it fits, it blends with the colors and everything, and that's exactly what science does. Possibly even churches do with the Bible, twisting the Bible, and they're like, yeah, we made it look like it really blends in, you know, where they can deceive people, and then they can say, look at that, see? But you better get a closer look at that puzzle. Does it really fit? Hey, wait a minute, there's like this kind of, you know, little off on the color a little bit here. There's like a missing little, you know, that is so true, like with detective work, you know, even you know, like politics, you know, they deceive people, making it look like it really belongs there and it looks really good, but that piece doesn't even belong there. That's not the right piece. The piece is somewhere else, you know. You got to find these missing pieces, and that's what my mentor has helped me out, is that had missing pieces to this puzzle. I couldn't figure it out. And I'm so sorry for getting off track on this. But hey, this is what the universe has given me, is about missing pieces. But that's what my mentor, and that's Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart. He had the missing pieces, that I've been freaking trying to figure out for the longest time. I don't even remember how many years I've been trying to figure these pieces, like the missing link, So you might have some pieces that you're trying to figure out, trying to understand how this world is, trying to understand, like what is up? You question things, there's something's quite not freaking right with things, the way your life was before in the past, your family, friends or this or that, and you're always like, like something is wrong. Something is like you're just walking around forever, clueless, trying to get answers, trying to ask different people from different directions, different angles of, like you might find somebody and hey, they got some head knowledge, or you might read a book trying to figure out something, so that is how life is. And I'm sorry, now I'm like talking about a totally different topic than what I was supposed to. Maybe I was supposed to talk about missing pieces. But it's good, good info there, because this really does happen. In real life, science do this all the time. They try to, they want to make themselves, they always try to get God out, and try to prove things in their way, like to get people thrown off track and, say this or that. And, it's really, that's what you got to watch out for out there is make sure those pieces, you got to really look at all the stuff. I remember going to school and I didn't learn a lot. I could show you my grades. You want to see my grades the last day I got out of school? So anyway, I was learning, like, especially if you're trying to, like a detective, you got the who, what, when, where, why, and how. You got to go through all this whole thing. Like even when you're writing a story or a book or whatever, and you're trying to write a book and make, sense out of this book as to who is the person, like all these different questions, like to figure out certain things in this world, like what happened, like where did it happen? When did it happen? Why? Why? Like the whole why, that's a big one. Why? Kids love that one, and I love when they ask why. It's so great, always encourage your kids if they're asking why. So anyway, I am so sorry. Starlight got off her little rocker tonight, and besides the missing pieces of the puzzle is if you're looking to serve people like Starlight loves it. I have been high ever since. I mean, when it might have been even longer than this time, really. I keep on thinking, how long has it been that I've been asking the universe to 100% more than me? I'm giving myself over to God. I've done this before when I was in church, giving myself fully 100% over to God, and here I am again. I don't go to church anymore. But you know what? I love God. I love the universe. And so I want to be used of God, and maybe you want to be used of God, and I'm just letting you know, if you really want to help people out in your community, and that's where this whole thing was supposed to go, is that, I believe, why don't we help out the people in our area first? It's like if you have a family, you got your mom, dad, and brothers, sisters, and all that, why don't you first work on your family first? And this is where, in my community, a lot of people get upset and saying, hey, you know what? We got people right here that need help, but they're actually going out and helping people out there, when we need help right here. And I do understand, I do get that. But at the same time, what if you were the one out there that really would, if you were going through some horrible stuff in another country, we're all one. So it does cause a big, huge problem, and they know this stuff. They do know this. They're not stupid. They have the money to help people out right here. They do. I tell the homeless people all the time about this stuff. They have the money. They put the money on other things at different times. It's like, really? You act like we don't have money, and now you're putting money all over on this. But wait a minute. I thought we didn't have money, but then the money appears out of nowhere, and then they're helping other areas out. But what about right here? There's people right here. They do have the money. And so really, to me, it's really important to help out the people in your community and the people that are close to you in your area. So you can ask the universe, God, whatever name that you have for the same God, and say, you know what? I want to give myself 100% over to God, just like that Starlight chick. I'm telling you, you do this every morning when you wake up in the morning, and you'll be freaking amazed. I am so amazed. That's why, God just used me today. Yesterday, I'm like, God, you sent me out here to Woodstock. I know you sent me out to Woodstock. I wasn't planning on it. I was doing, I wanted to do 2 other different things yesterday. But God didn't have me do those 2 things that I was thinking about I wanted to do. And I told God that I want to be used 100% plus. And so God did. He brought me somewhere that I wasn't even thinking about going, and then I met somebody out there, and so, and it was weird. I was ready to leave Woodstock, I'm like, well, God, you sent me out here, but I'm not getting, I thought I was going to get connected to a guy that was at a flea market, but then, something's like, nope, that's not. So I walked away. And later on, boom, a guy appeared in front of me, talking to me. He wanted to sit in the shade where I was. He was hot. And I was sitting at the best bench in the park, I'm not stupid. So that's how we ended up talking, just because I was sitting in a shady area and he wanted to kind of, and I know he was trying to be friendly with me too, And so it is kind of funny how the universe does things. And today, the same, it's amazing. I'm like, I prayed this morning. And I was going to go and visit the homeless people in my area today at the park. And, God did I went there, drove, and I only seen one homeless guy there. And I'm like, I was hoping to find the other ones that were there too before, but they weren't there. So I ended up heading home. I was just going to go to Walmart. And would you know, I'm at a red light waiting, for the cars to go past. And God brought a guy right in front of me as I'm in my car, and he was trying to catch a train in my area. Weirdest stuff. I'm in my car, and I was going to go to Walmart. But, that's not where God wanted me at right there. God actually said, hurry up, turn around, go. And I'm like, that. I was like, okay, God's telling me to, I didn't even know what God was doing until, it was afterward. And I'm like, wow, if I didn't do this and this and that, because God didn't want me to go to the park and help those homeless people, because God knew that there was this guy that was going to take the train that needed help, So it's amazing. I am so blown away. And it's a high of my own that I have. And I want you to get high. It's a natural high. I told my, somebody the other day writing, and I'm like, I am literally freaking high as a kite, because I love when the universe uses me, and I don't even care. I will give the here, we'll take Starlight would just take it off, here you go. You want my shirt? I'll give you my shirt. God's going to bless me anyway. I am blessed. I am abundant. I am rich. I am worthy of a beautiful life. I am abundant. I am a magnet to love. I am a magnet to abundance. I'm a magnet to my heart's desires. I have it all. Everything that it is right here with me. I have all of it. So I'm letting go of fear. I'm letting go of doubt. I'm letting go of people and things that no longer serve me. I want to be used of the universe 100%. So it's not about me. It's about God. It's about the universe. And that's the whole part of this YouTube channel. Is I care about people. I sometimes I'm like, Starlight, what the heck is up with you? I do. I have so much love for you. If you only knew, really. I'm telling you, it's just amazing. If you really want to help people out, is pray every morning. Say, hey, I want to I want to do what Starlight Chick is doing. I want to give 100% of myself. Let go of anything and everything that you think you're going, because it really isn't ours anyways. It's all God's. God's own, everything. It's all His. So you're kidding yourself, you know, like really, if you think it's yours, you know, it's not. God gives you that for, you know, like I'm borrowing, like my vehicle is, it's not mine, it's God's. God's given me that. You know, I worked for that car, you know, and He's given me that car. It's a beautiful vehicle, you know, and all the food in my apartment, you know, hey, He gave me my health. You know, if I didn't have my health, I wouldn't be able to do all what I do. So I'm so grateful for my health and, you know, like all the food that I have in my vehicle and all that stuff. And it really does start with gratitude. It really does. I am very grateful. I'm always saying thank you. I mean, like I'm eating nuts, you know, or chocolate. And I'm like, oh, thank you for these peanuts. Thank you for the chocolate. Thank you for, you know, an apartment that I have, you know. Thank you for my health. You know, so really you gotta, you know, pray every day. Ask the universe to, or God, you know, to use you and say, hey, I know there's somebody out there that could use some help in my area. Can you guide me and direct me to a person out there that is really looking for some help? And it doesn't matter what kind of help. I'm telling you, because God's going to direct you to exactly who needs the help and what kind of help you can give them. It is amazing. I am just blown away. I am so grateful and so happy that the universe did not put me on a shelf where I would get all dusty and dirty and wouldn't even be used of God. So I'm so grateful that God actually and the angels guide me. And it's awesome. I am so high, a natural high. You know, this is the best high that's out there. There's no drug that touches what I'm on right now. Absolutely not. You know, because later on, after you get done helping the person, you feel so great about yourself. You're like, wow, I'm just blown away how the universe just used me. You know, like tonight, I'm like, huh, I was driving home. I'm thinking, universe, you didn't even use me today. And then who would have known? Who would have ever freaking thought that this guy would be walking past on it right as I'm at a red light? I mean, I'm only not even 5 minutes to my apartment, you know, and it was going to start raining, you know, and this guy was in a rush and he was walking through and he didn't know where he was. He's like, is there a train nearby? You know, like he was walking on the right street, but he wasn't sure. And I was like, yeah. And I was even going that way. You know, I was going the right, he was going the left. And I told him, yeah, over on the right-hand side of the street. And the universe told me to turn around and go back and go find him. And I did. And I'm not going to tell you the rest of the story, but you know, I was like, the universe did. I prayed this morning to be used. And I thought, huh, I missed out today. That is kind of weird. The universe didn't guide and put anybody in my path today, but the day wasn't over yet, you know. And then after I helped that guy out, then I went to the Walmart store, and then I went home, and here I am now. I'm telling you, you'll be beside yourself. You really will. You know, I know there's a lot of beautiful people out there that want to be used of God, and they love serving people. You know, before this, I was a cleaner, cleaning for people. And, you know, I have served people, you know, like one way or another, cleaning a lot in my life. I've actually helped out people that were either elderly or that had some kind of mental illness. You know, I helped out lots of people, wiping butts, you name it. I did all of it. You know, so I am not afraid to get my fingers dirty. Absolutely not. The things that I've cleaned up in my life, the jokes that I have that I'm not going to share with you. I have told some people some of the weird things that went on with my, you know, like some of the jobs that I had before when I worked for handicapped people and people of mental illnesses and, you know, even young teenagers that were going through some stuff. I went through some funny stuff in there, but I am not going to share that because of the time. But it was funny, believe me. It would, you know, like knock your socks off your feet. So anyway, I do love you, and I know that there's people out there, and you know what? God is gonna bless you for whatever that you do. You know, you might be going that direction, and God's like, no, go over there. Hurry up, go. And I'm like, okay, there, Starlight is like. So really, it kind of, I was getting cleaned up in my bathtub because I really, it's hard to use the shower where I live, and I'm a bathaholic. And they're, you know, cleaning up, getting fresh, and I'm thinking, huh, this is so weird. I just like, I felt like an angel, like running around doing stuff and helping people. You know, so it is. It really makes you feel really, really special about like how God can use you. And I am so amazed. And tomorrow is just another day. I'm like, oh, I wonder what the universe is going to do tomorrow. Where is the universe going to guide Starlight? You know, so it is amazing how the universe and the archangels can guide you and direct you. You listen to that intuition and, you know, trust it. It's amazing. You just got to be willing to say, okay, hey, I gave 100% of myself. I would love to see you do the same. Really, I know there's people out there that love helping people out. And this is how it works for me. So I just, I love you so much. You know, you could like this video. You know, share it with a friend or a family, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can ring the notification bell. You can leave a message down below. And sorry, I know I'm way behind on my eating tonight. This is so funny. Everything is so, you know, it's because it's not about me. It's about you. It's about other people. You know, here I sacrifice my time for eating, you know, for other people. You know, I do. I sacrifice. I can sacrifice stuff. Um, Also, you can leave a message down below, ding, ding, ding. You can find me or follow me on Instagram, and that's at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Digman Starlight. So anyway, I truly, Starlight, does love all of you. I do. I have a huge heart. You know, I've been like this my whole entire life. You know, I even have a Mother's Day card that proves that. You know, and it's because of God. It has, you know, really, God uses me, and I am grateful that He does. So, anyway, I hope you get a lot of help from this video, and I love all of you. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.